Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Earlier, just a little while ago, I made a video on this and I wasn't really happy with this blunt line. So let's try it a different way. Let's draw a six-sided polygon and put P, put it in the center of the page. And then let's take an ellipse and hit P, put it in the center of the page. And all we really need to do is, that blunt line is going to be there because we're going to start on this corner. I'm going to take a 2-point line and I'm going to go from about right there to about past the edge. Well, I hit a 2-point line. I want the 3-point curve line. And I'm going to go from about right there past that point, and then I'm going to put that curve on it. Now, I'd like to mimic that same curve. Let's see if we can do that. Control D, alternate C, to have it rotate from the center. And I think we're still going to have a blunt line, but this might be a little easier. Smart fill tool, I'm going to go ahead and go black and then move that in. Now we can get rid of this circle and our lines, move this back, Control D, alternate C, and rotate it 120 degrees. We're going to probably have a good circle in the center, and then Control D. You know what? That's kind of better. It's a little thick. I'm going to go ahead and make that line black. I'm not going to worry about the lines this time like I did in the other one. I'm going to go ahead and Control G to group it and make it that 6 inches. And then with nothing selected, change our nudge factor to 6. And we'll just Control D and move that over. That looks pretty cool. And then group that together, Control G, Control D. And then grab that 4-sided arrow. I hit it right on the mark and then I moved. That's from snapping to it. Got to be right on there. That looks pretty cool. It's a different look. Control G, Control D. And then we can go straight down. And this is where you could use math, but since we've already done that, we're good to go. It's not as cool a look. And if you look, we don't have those black lines. It worked out pretty good. And the same thing here, if we group this together, Control G, hit P, put it in the center of the page, and draw a rectangle from that corner, from that node, to that node, and then go across to that node. We're going to have a little bit right there, but I think it's going to kind of hide the part that we used for a 6-sided polygon to make it. So it gives it a total different look. And you could, do a lot with this. You could move that out of the way, hit P, these are the same size. And we could move this out of the way for a second and take this box and let's make it a purple. Go up to Object, Order, Backup Page. Look at that. So it made the white now is purple. And you could still change that. If we look and we grab the purple, well, it's just several fields. Grab the purple, take away the outline, and let's take this and go to the interactive fill tool and just swipe across and then get the elliptical and kind of put it in the center, bring this outwardly. Look how it's going to change that and then nudge that back. So it changes the whole look of it. And you could still go back to the interactive fill tool. That's what I like about the interactive fill tool. You still, normally you can click right on it. There's the interactive fill tool. You know what, if we move this box down, then that box will be selected. And then we can get the interactive fill tool and you could do a lot more with it. You could put like a white here. That looks pretty cool. Put another purple on both sides of it, and we'll just have a ring of white around it. And you could just keep playing with this till the sun comes home. And, you know, you could do things like, well, I must not have been on it. But anyway, that's a pretty cool design. I actually still like this one better, uh, but that looks pretty cool. Anyway, I hope that gave you an idea or two, and thank you for watching.